Hello, hello, beautiful and amazing souls. Welcome to another beautiful divine channeled guidance. Today's message is a little differently. So the first thing I tuned into was on the verge of big change. And it feels like a new awakening. I hear forthcoming, a deliverance from one space to another into peace. And when I started to sit down and channel, I lit an old beat up candle with a lot of holes in it that have been used for incense. And when I shuffled this beautiful Light Seekers deck, the flame went out and the smoke was like very wispy and dense. So there's something about coming from this old patchy path. Apache? Old Apache path? Interesting. This old path. I hear Ancestors One, Ancestors Awakening, coming home, forthcoming. There's a space to rise into, and this transformation as we get closer to the spring energy, like this transformation is set in stone. Ooh, set in stone, and I see a standing stone with old, very, very old Native American writing on it. I see a horse, I see a stag, and I see a forest dweller with a drum. And the drum looks like sun, like the sun, with a spiral in the middle, very beautiful. But his face is masked. So there's this ancient, I hear forthcoming again, interesting, this ancient celestial being rising through you. Interesting, celestial came through. That's very beautiful. We're going through a lot in our planetary shifts right now. And we're going through a lot with a parade of planets and all things coming into balance in our horizon, all things coming into balance in our earth, bringing things into a leveling pole shift and a huge shift in the earth frequency. This is rising through a tunnel. Interesting. Rising through a space within you. It's like you're rising from the ground, like not out of a grave, but kind of out of a grave. It's more like rising from dark to light. Like the Egyptians believed that the sun went into death every night and rebirthed every morning. And this was the process. It was eaten by the chaos every night and then reborn in the morning from the sun god Ra. So there's a space where you are being completely arisen. Arisen. I hear arise, young master. There's a temperance that has happened, tempering within the soul, tempering within the body. There's also a space where you have learned a lot of life's lessons and you've closed a lot of books. We have the sun at the bottom of the deck. How beautiful. This is like a whole new Akashic records, a whole new level. What once held you back is no more. And like the holes that were in this candle were so beat up. The path has been very hard won. It's been difficult. It's been a difficult path. Very, very difficult. Painful, difficult. Like one tragedy after another. Poverty, homelessness. Like this path has been very difficult for you. Betrayal, loss, deceit. Like there's been you've covered all the bases of karma. And it's like as and it's not even saying as you rise. It's showing me like coming up completely out of the birth into a new space of light. Out of the birth. Interesting. And the flame is like, I hear treated. Interesting. This flame is like, it's dim, but it's still bright. So there's something about this flame. When the candle blew out and the smoke was rising, it's deeper than the Phoenix rising energy, but I've been connecting a lot to the dragons, and they have something to do with this message. I also hear the black moon Lilith. So wherever your black moon Lilith is going to help you rise through this energy within this next 3 moon cycles. I see 3 dragons specifically, and they're at 3 different levels, but they're here with you trying to shroud something. Shroud, shimmy, and shake. It's like a somatic workout kind of a thing. Interesting. I hear a new being arises. This celestial being that is rising within you is a very ancient, beautiful soul. I see Mars. Mars is in your scepter. There's a new scepter rising within you, a new light codes, new alignments, new regenerations, generative codes, new narrative codes. I see the Black Moon Lilith again. I see Aries, Libra, and Mars. Wherever the Mars placements are, I was really looking into. And the Chiron is causing some sort of frictionless task. Awakening a new path within. A new path within. The very old ancient soul. Divine medicine. Divine path. I hear that Apache again. So there's something very... I don't know if I want to say past life. Guides and angels are guiding you very specifically into something beautiful. It's interesting that the Apache comes forward. There's a language that's coming through you. You've kept hidden to most. Okay, is there any symbols or anything you want me to share? No? Okay, then want me to get into the tarot. So where are we going? We're doing where are we going? And what is still standing in your way? What is this arising? I see 3 cards. My eyes are like super watering, like I'm staring at the sun. It's very painful. My eyes feel like I've been sunburned, or like welder flash. Have you ever heard of that before? A welder flash, when you get sparked by the welder and your eyes get super sunburnt. It's like your eyes have been sunburned. Burnt by the sun. And it's showing me that Apache old writing on the stone with a sun shaman, the sun drum. Interesting, the sun drum. They want me to do the other 3 too before I look. I see the crystal ball. Oh, one more. I see one more. You want that one? No. Okay. You want me to read the bottom ones first? This feels like a very intense energy. It feels very, I hear forthcoming, very interesting. Something new is taking place. Something is going to rise in a new way. Okay. This has been a very challenging road. It's proven very difficult. But you've come to trust. So, like, there's been lots of challenges by a lot of other people, a lot of betrayals, a lot of pains, a lot of hurts, but you've still come to trust other people. My hair feels very flat, so there's something about the way you look is shifting, the way you feel about how you look is shifting. Something doesn't feel comfortable anymore. See how they're all going towards the flame, but they're all putting things in front of each other? There's this huge space of everybody was putting things in front of you, or were that versions of yourself that were putting things in front of you. So you're learning the mirror aspect of the universe and the mirror aspect of the 4th dimension and how to shift through that in a really timely manner. I hear timely manner, and it's like the golden path. I hear the golden path, and I see a golden river. You've run a lot. You've run away from things a lot. You were the runner. I hear a displacement. Okay. I heard dementia. Diversion. Bypassing. So it's interesting. There's the Queen of Swords twice here. And this Queen of Swords, she is knowing that there's parts of her soul that are outrunning. This could be astral travel and also time travel, especially as the planets are coming into an alignment, because it's a very beautiful time to time travel or meditate. There's something about the way that you're seeing things has been very different, even though you've come from this path of destruction. Like it's coming into this peace, into this realignment. I hear reenactment. And it's showing me like some World War One. Custer. Very masculine energy. I hear mescaline. Plant medicine. Something about the roots in the brain. Like the mycelium network in the brain. So your neural network is shifting. You could be experiencing a lot of headaches. They're showing me water coming through the brain. So it's like the water is healing you. So I would listen to a lot of water or hertz frequencies. Especially with this Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is in the center. So, okay, so you've brought peace through all of this pain and torture and struggle and deceit. There's a beautiful owl on the screen here. So there's something within your darkness that you have come to see fully. There's something that you have come to accept fully. Something within yourself. I see 11:11 on the clock. This is really beautiful. So you've created emotional peace, emotional mastery. There's a lot of like, you're worrying about things around you. Like I'm sitting here and I'm present, but there's parts of me that are like worrying about every other thing. So there's really a big piece of coming into peace, interesting peace. But you've been worried about all these things. You're probably super empath, ADHD, neurodivergent, because you've had to be all of those other things and to be all of those other places. It's been a normal part of who you are and part of your existence. But now you're being toned and tuned into Peridot, you get over here. You don't need to be up here. Peridot, come. You've been toned to be in all these other places at once. So maybe you weren't running, but you trained yourself to be in all of these different places. Very, very, maybe ADHD, ADD, but neurodivergent for sure. But you've brought peace to all of this. Beautiful. Okay, I want me to go up here. So what is rising through all of this? We have the Queen of Swords again. Look at the difference in these two queens. Very celestial energy and very earthy energy. So through this, you've brought peace. You've brought justice. I hear you're just. You speak very well. You speak very fluently. That'll have something to do with your purpose. You're rising into this new activation. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands, and then the Ace of Wands equals the Ten of Wands. So these endings have been many. This new life path, you could be a life path number 9. These endings have been many, but you bring them all into one new path. One new, I hear, arisen. This lightning is very sufficient. I hear sufficient. Wow, the golden path. Remember I said there was a golden path that was leading you? You've gotten onto the golden path. You've gotten onto the golden timeline. You know where you're going, dear one. These, okay, so these kind of look like unicorn horns. And they also look like the spirals of life, but they also look like the smoke from the candle that blew out from this deck specifically. So it's like, there's something about letting those pieces die. But I'm like, but what does that mean? It's really interesting. What does that mean, I hear? What does that mean? How do we let those pieces die? It's more than just like a ceremonial cemetery or a ceremonial rite. There's something about like a ceremony into this next arisen. And it's showing me resin, like crafting resin. Sunflowers. This flower looks much like the sun, almost like a cornflower. Like the paper flowers, you know, they kind of look like the sun. They're really pretty. There's an emotional mastery that has happened here, and also a taming of the light and the dark within you. Congratulations. You want me to pull one more? The owl is really significant. I hear the trajectory of peace. What does that even mean? I'm like, how about some human words, please? How you see a level. Oh, you've established a level of peace. Especially with this 9 of Wands right here. You're very protected. Cloaked in the sun. You're going to rise into a whole new energy. Trust that as you learn to release and rise. I'm like so overhearing that. What does that mean, Great Spirit? Like we've learned to surrender. We've learned to release control. I see Rumi. There's a path where you're really trying to get over a broken path, a broken heart, a broken, I hear stab wound. Like there's certain things in your energy that you're really trying to release. Oh yeah, holy fuck. Okay. We have the 7th ray of ritual and order. So there's something that you need to put into order for yourself. So you're releasing something from the past. You're claiming that it is over. You're destroying the contracts, destroying the Akash, destroying the old books. So you can rise from the earth with the sun, interesting, into this new space, into this new purpose. There's also a space of divine union happening. And I don't mean like relationship, masculine and feminine divine union. I mean like divine channel union. Like being a channel of the divine. Like being an oracle, being not a psychic. It's more than that. The oracle. Pair.com. You're not supposed to be up here. You go back downstairs. Like, okay, it's showing me the movie 300. And those old freaking weirdo, they were psychics. They were mystics. Their oracle that they gave plant medicine to went into the trance and gave them messages was like this beautiful divine feminine oracle, like a complete channel of the divine. You're stepping into this complete channel of the divine thing, like a complete, I hear heaven's mercy. Interesting. This complete surrender of the divine. So it's like you're releasing your human bonds. Interesting. So is that the release of entanglement that needs to happen? I have huge goosebumps. Whew. And it's a 4-4. 4-4. Peridot! Peridot, come! You stay out of there. See, she's completely surrendered. I have to cover this because there's, you know, she's completely surrendered to the divine. Oh, wow. And it's showing me the Apache tears. Like this trail has been paved for you for so long. You are your ancestors' visionary. You are your ancestors' gold. You are your ancestors', I hear visionary. You are what they seek. You are what they need. It's something you've had to believe that. Like this whole path has been about you believing that you were capable of this divine mercy. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know. But you're capable of holding the key of the divine. You're capable of receiving this inheritance. Oh, wow. That you're capable of receiving this divine bloodline. I hear bloodline. Like the shadows of dust have been cleansed. It's time for you to inherit divine peace. I hear hierarchy. And I don't spiritually like that term. But there's something about that word that is going to trigger something for you. There's a lot of keys being given here. Like you have received so many keys. Wow, there's a bunch of doors in here. Like you've been a time traveler. You've been in Akashic Records. You've been an oracle. You've been a mystic. You've been a magi. You've been a magician. You've been a witch. You've been a shaman. You've been so many things in so many lives. And they're all coming into one. Like you're receiving this divine inheritance. You're receiving this divine light. Like this huge divine light. is channeling through you. You know what you have to release, dear one. So there's a 26 on this card, and it's like, what happened when you were 26 years old? Did something major happen when you were 26 years old? It also adds up to an 8. Something happened in this last year that brought you into a whole new level up, a whole new level up. You also probably work with Archangel Metatron, or there's messages from Archangel Metatron, and also the what are the little angels in the old Greek myth that bring the keys and bring the arrows? Eridot, Aphrodite? No. You probably know what I'm talking about. Your arrows. Arrows. Okay. Beautiful. That was really beautiful and intense. There's this crazy plant medicine trip again. There's also something about the Mayan temples. All right, my dears. I hope that was helpful. Very beautiful messages. We will see you soon. Mwah.